Alright, so welcome back to the COVID-19 simulator. In this video, we're going to learn how to code it. So in the previous video, we basically went through the slides. And I also gave a few details about the simulator. And now let's click the green flag to see the simulator in action. There are now 6 cases, and we are starting to do the quarantine. 7, 8, 9, 10 cases. Alright, now it's lockdown. So everybody's staying at their homes and getting quarantined. Alright, so now basically the pandemic has pretty much ended in this country, though the simulation lasts 100 seconds. Fast forward, about 100 seconds have passed. Less than that, actually. 90 seconds only. Alright, so now there's this graph of the number of cases. You can see this is a green graph, this is a red graph, this is a yellow graph, and this is the orange graph. So now let's start the coding. When the green flag is clicked, set time to 100 and show these 5 variables. Anyway, there are quite a few variables. 1 over probability, which is for all sprites, active cases for all sprites, day number for all sprites, death for this sprite only, deaths for all sprites, detect time for this sprite only, free to move for all sprites, infected clone for this sprite only, onset time for this sprite only, quarantined for all sprites, recover time for this sprite only, save for all sprites, shall quarantine for all sprites, timer and timing all for all sprites except for timing for this sprite only. And when the green flag is clicked, set time to 100 and show variable, active cases, quarantine, death, save, and timer. We wait until timer is greater than time and we hide these 5 variables. And now when the green flag is clicked, repeat until timer is greater than time plus 0.1, wait 1 second and add quarantine to quarantine. You might wonder why we put a plus 0.1. It's actually not really necessary, but I'm just doing it to give some time. The same repeats for these 4 variables and lists, speaking of which are 4 lists: cases, deaths, quarantine, and save. All 4 lists are for all sprites. So now let's check the main script. So it's not really the main script, it's a script for the clones. When I start as a clone, set timing to 0, show and point in direction, pick random negative 180 to 180. So this will point in a random direction. Forever move 10 times free to move stats. So if free to move is 1 or the clones are allowed to move, then it will be 10 times 1 equals 10. If free to move is 0 or the clones are not allowed to move, then it will be 10 times 0 equals 0. So not move. And if on edge bounce, if free to move equals 1 and touching color red and pick random 1 to 1 over probability equals 1 or infected clone equals 1, which we'll drag here, then set detect time to pick random 10.0 to 12.0, set infected clone to 0, switch costume to infected, and change active cases by 1. Change save by negative 1 and set onset time to timer. If pick random 1 to 1000 is smaller than 72, and we choose 72 because it's 7.1 times 10 plus 1, then set death to 1, else set death to 0. And set recover time to pick random 12.0 to 16.0. Repeat until timer minus onset time is greater than recover time. Move 10 times free to move stats. If on edge bounce, If shell quarantine equals 1, that means that it will quarantine and active cases is greater than 5 and timer minus onset time is greater than detect time. Then switch costume to quarantine, change quarantine by 1, wait recover time seconds and change quarantine by -1. Now we change active cases by -1. If death equals 1, then change death by 1, delete this clone, else change save by 1 and switch costume to save. Alright, so when the green flag is clicked, erase all and pen up. Delete all of these 4 lists. Click close, wait until timer is greater than time plus 0.1. Broadcast, delete, close, and draw graph. Define draw graph, pen up, and go to x -240, y item 1 of cases times 3.6 minus 180. Set day number to 1, pen down, set pen color to red. Repeat length for cases -1. Change day number by 1 and go to x. Day number times 4.8 minus 240, y, item day number of cases times 3.6 minus 180. And we repeat the same for the rest of the list except that we change the colors to orange, yellow, and green. So define create clones, hide, switch costume to save, set infected clone to 0. Repeat 99 times, go to random position and create clone of myself. Now we switch costume to infected and we go to the center of the screen. Set active cases, quarantine, and deaths to 0. Set save to 100, change infected clone by 1, which is basically setting infected clone to 1, and create clone of myself. When the green flag is clicked, forever you guess it, set timer to timer, and when I receive delete clones, delete this clone. Alright, so now there's just one problem. The stage also has some scripts. When the green flag is clicked, set shell quarantine to 0. Wait until active cases is greater than 5, then change shell quarantine by 1, or set shell quarantine to 1. When the green flag is clicked, set 1 over probability to 30. Forever set free to move to 1, and wait until active cases is greater than 20. Set free to move to 0, and wait until active cases is smaller than 10. Then change 1 over probability by 30 and set free to move to 1. And this is just some music which you don't need to add. Alright, so now that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, and that's the end of this video.